What are the health effects of excessive noise? Have you ever thought about how noise affects our health? In high-risk jobs like logging, deep-sea fishing, and storm chasing, excessive noise is a common challenge. The health effects of this noise can be serious and far-reaching. One of the most recognized impacts is noise-induced hearing loss. This occurs when loud sounds damage the tiny sensory cells in the inner ear. Once these hair cells are harmed, they do not regenerate. This means that any hearing loss is permanent and cannot be fixed with surgery or hearing aids. Short-term exposure to loud noise can lead to temporary issues like muffled hearing or ringing in the ears, known as tinnitus. However, repeated exposure can result in chronic tinnitus and irreversible hearing loss. But hearing loss is just the tip of the iceberg. Excessive noise can also create physical and psychological stress. Workers in loud environments often feel fatigued, irritable, and have trouble concentrating. This stress can lower productivity and increase the risk of accidents. For instance, storm chasers or loggers near heavy machinery might miss important sounds due to noise interference. There is also a link between chronic noise exposure and cardiovascular problems. Noise acts as a stressor, raising blood pressure and increasing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and hypertension. Studies indicate that even slight increases in noise levels can heighten these risks. This is especially relevant for workers in noisy settings like fishing vessels or logging sites, where noise is constant. Mental health can also take a hit from excessive noise. Increased anxiety and depression are common among those exposed to persistent noise. Sleep disruption and ongoing annoyance from noise contribute to these psychological effects. For storm chasers, who often work irregular hours and deal with loud equipment, these mental health impacts can be significant. Moreover, excessive noise can impair cognitive functions like memory and task performance. High noise levels can reduce speech perception and listening comprehension. This can be dangerous in jobs that require clear communication and quick decision-making. For example, deep-sea fishermen relying on verbal instructions may struggle to understand in noisy conditions, raising the risk of accidents. To combat these health effects in high-risk jobs, several practical measures can be taken. Using proper hearing protection, such as earplugs or earmuffs, is essential to prevent hearing loss. Implementing noise monitoring and control measures on work sites can help reduce exposure. Scheduling breaks away from noisy environments is another effective strategy to limit continuous exposure. Training workers to recognize early signs of hearing damage or stress can prompt timely interventions. Employers should also ensure clear communication methods that compensate for noisy conditions, like hand signals or radio systems. Overall, excessive noise in high-risk professions poses a serious threat to workers' health, affecting hearing, cardiovascular health, mental well-being, and cognitive function. Awareness and preventive measures are essential to protect those in demanding jobs like logging, deep-sea fishing, and storm chasing.